Well, it's finally come to a head. Much like the Lord of the Rings trilogy being 3 films, this series will conclude with 3 videos, this being the final one, The Return of the King. So over the past couple of days, I've talked about the TikTok prankster Mizzy and how we do laugh out loud hilarious pranks like stealing someone's dog, just waiting for that PTSD to set in, and then going, Lamau is a prank, and giving them the dog back. And if that wasn't laugh out loud hilarious enough, he'd walk into the back of people's shops, businesses, and also just straight up their homes. I also mentioned in the previous video that Mizzy actually went so viral, the Met Police in the UK put out an arrest warrant for him to make an example of him. Basically, they thought if they cut off the head of the Hydra, all these like TikTok pranksters would kind of just fade away. That definitely will not happen, by the way. Now, I know Americans like to make fun of the UK a lot, but it's really good to know that we have our priorities set out instead of, sorting out very important issues like housing, homelessness, energy crisis. We're putting out a manhunt for a TikTok prankster. So after the manhunt for Mizzy, which lasted probably around 12 minutes, he turned himself in. Probably because he realized that the only 2 options he had if he didn't turn himself in was to move to a different country or to call Leicester to get his wanted level wiped. Now, it was really weird, seeing him being hauled off to a jail cell. The fact that, even the police woman that's taking him away is kind of, waiting to be filmed. It did seem a little bit staged, but news outlets have came out. Apparently, it was real, and he was arrested. And that's where the last video ended. And I had a little bit of a game theory of what could be some possible charges facing Mizzy. Obviously, he's 18, he's an adult, but, he's not going to see any kind of jail time for what he did. Maybe he might get some community service, maybe he might just get half an hour on the naughty step, but now we finally know what he's been charged with, and it is pathetic. After pleading guilty to breaching a community protection order that caused distress to the family, he was fined only £200, 200 quid. That's basically like a weekly shop at this point, with a victim surcharge of £80 and costs in total of £85. What a beautiful word, by the way, victim surcharge. It's almost like you just throw money away to get rid of any kind of trauma. On top of that, he was also given a 2-year criminal behavior order, which basically means 0 sentencing, no jail time. There's just certain things you can't do, and there might be some areas of London that you're not allowed to visit. And in Mizzy's case, it was trespassing on private property. If he does that again, he could see jail time. So, the Met really put their foot down there. They told Mizzy, no more stealing dogs, no more going into people's homes. So basically, just like the rest of the UK. So yeah, to say Mizzy got off lightly was definitely an understatement, and that's pretty much where the story should end. But nope, Mizzy realised that all the tabloids were talking about him, all the commentary channels doing Daily Slop were talking about him, because me and Critical both did a video. So he realised he had his 15 minutes of fame. And what did he do with that? He went onto the Piers Morgan talk show to try and defend his case live in front of millions of people. Now, I'll be honest with you, I know if you go on TikTok or YouTube Shorts, the top comment on a cringe video will be another painful watch. This is by far the most painful watch I've ever experienced in my life. To say that Mizzy got bodied in this interview is a complete understatement. At one point, he gets so desperate, he realizes he can't win the argument. He starts plugging his Twitch channel, saying he's going to be doing IRL streams.
I'm legally an adult now, so I can do what I want.
What are you going to do now?
What am I going to do now? Twitter, Mizzy is banned, and I'm going to be on Twitch. Yeah, I'm going to start streaming on Twitch, IRL streams, gaming streams. My Twitch is Mizzy is live if you want to get at that. But yeah.
And do you want to try and come up with a sincere apology or not?
No, I don't need to come up with no sincere apology. I already have my own remorse, and I already
You don't have any remorse, do you?
What do you mean? Okay, then whatever you...
To you, it's all a bit of a joke. And if you steal some old woman's dog, it's all a bit of fun. If you jump on a Jewish man, it's all a bit of fun. If you run into people's houses with young kids and terrorise them, it's all a bit of fun.
But what I'm saying to you
nothing
is,
really matters.
What I'm saying to you is, there's been plans to change up everything. And you're just no help in it. You just talk your own thing. And you have your own set morals, and yeah, so that's you.
No, it's not about morality. I just
okay, cool. Whatever you say, I'm still talking. You interrupt me again, Piers.
Okay,
Piers Morgan, why'd you keep interrupting me?
Let me tell you,
So if you couldn't tell already with Mizzy, the interview was just complete shambles. Usually when Piers Morgan has a controversial character on, they'll go anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes, depending on how much dialogue there is. The Mizzy interview ended after 10 minutes. I think it actually got the world record for the shortest Piers Morgan interview. Throughout the entire interview, Mizzy basically shows no remorse, just constantly plugging his socials, saying how much he's blown up. And then at one point, he says the only reason that he's in trouble is because of his race.
Tell me about your life. What justifies this?
What's
happened to you that makes you think you're justified in doing this?
What do you mean tell me about my life?
Well, you said you know nothing about your life. Tell me about your life.
Because you're trying to get onto me because I'm black. Because I guarantee...
Because you're black?
Yeah, I guarantee if
I don't give a damn about your skin colour.
Really?
No.
Piers.
Why would I care what colour your skin is? Really? I just think you're an idiot.
Oh, thank you. I think you're an idiot too.
I'll be honest with you, I think it's irrelevant if you're black, white, the Na'vi from Avatar, or even Big Papa Smurf. If you have 3 people walking into someone's house that you do not know, you have every right to be shitting yourself. Honestly, I remember when I used to live in Birmingham, there was actually a viral video going around on TikTok of a woman that was knocking on people's doors at night, hoping to be let in for some kind of support, you know, kind of using sympathy. But then if you did that, a gang would actually jump you and rob your house.
Be aware of this person. She's currently targeting Birmingham, and what she's doing is knocking on people's homes late at night, crying, saying that her mum's died, she needs help. Now, the person that opens the door and falls into her trap, there's a group of guys waiting, and they run in and barge in and start robbing the house. So raise awareness.
Now, obviously, Mrs. Plan was nowhere near as malicious as that. He was just, you know, walking into someone's house, being a bit of a dickhead, sitting on their couch, and then leaving. Lamau. It's nowhere near as evil as a plan like that was with an organized gang. But still, my point is, if you have strangers that want to gain access into your home, you sometimes do think the worst case scenario. I think another point to show how emotionally immature Mizzy is the fact that, you know, he's criticizing how long the sentencing is in the UK, almost like, well, it's not really my fault doing a crime, it's how short the sentence is. If the sentence was longer, maybe I wouldn't have done it. He really gives off that energy that he's like being called into the headmaster's office and not like, you know, being blasted on live TV in front of millions of people.
You then terrorise this poor elderly woman and take her dog away and traumatise her.
For the story about that, hang on. Let me speak. Yeah, because no. Let me speak. Let me speak. No.
I'm going to tell you.
Let me talk about that situation.
No, for the viewers who wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
For the viewers who don't know what you've done,
hold up.
I'm going to tell them.
Hold up.
So you hold on.
Right now.
No, you can hold on.
Right now.
I'm explaining. I'm explaining.
They know what's been happening.
Don't just keep talking like an idiot. Right? Don't. Let me finish what the viewers don't know you did.
So instead of him coming on and defending himself, he's just turned it into a playground insult match. And the worst thing is as well, he's promoting stuff like his Twitch. Piers Morgan viewers, they're boomers. They probably have no idea what Twitch is. They probably think it's some kind of muscle spasm. Now, I'm very sure the Mizzy Defense Army, all 3 of them that are actually left, are probably applauding their TV saying, that's a madness, Lamau crying emoji, just saying how he's like wiping the floor with Piers Morgan. But Mizzy doing this is completely vilifying himself. Here's a really good example, right? So Piers Morgan explains another prank Mizzy would do where he would walk up to people in the street and say, do you want to die? And then, you know, it'd be, oh, I didn't mean die. I meant like hair dye, you know, just like classic, lol, you misinterpreted what I was going to say. And then, you know, dressed up in like a balaclava and stuff, you kind of would shit yourself a bit. But listen to this. Look how Mizzy defends himself and just completely wipes the floor with Piers.
You go up to women in the street and say, do you want to die?
It wasn't a woman, it was a man. And she even
There were also women that you did this to.
There was a woman there, but I only say it to the man.
Right. You shouldn't be saying it to anybody.
Fair enough, babe.
Why?
Piers bros, we got too cocky. How can we ever recover from this? So you don't understand, Piers. It was actually, it was a man that Mizzy was saying, do you want to die to? Not a woman. You silly boy. We got him, boys. We got him. Mizzy fans are probably up in arms celebrating at that massive dub against Piers. He also did something else, which is really weird, like near the end of the interview. He went on like this very weird tangent, almost saying that we see so much like, you know, tragedy online on social media and we don't care. But then when Mizzy does this stuff, we care. Almost making it out there, if we don't care about actual tragedies going on currently, then we're a hypocrite?
People are getting hurt over something that didn't happen to them. Everyone acts like they have this persona like they don't care. Social media is a facade, this, that, and the other. But when me comes out and does the mad thing, everyone has something to say.
It's not a mad thing.
It's the mad thing. It's the mad thing. You already said it was the mad thing. It's the mad thing.
No, it's not mad. It's moronic.
So yeah, apparently you're a hypocrite for going after Mizzy now, despite him promoting one of the most toxic ways of living possible by just harassing everyone around him for clout and content. You know, honestly, I'm pretty happy that the Mizzy interview wrapped up after 10 minutes, because if it went on any longer, he'd probably go on to say that, why haven't we stopped Putin? Why are you going after me? Why'd you care about me if Putin's doing bad stuff? What? Why don't we stop him first? But yeah, that's pretty much everything. I just wanted to kind of conclude the Mizzy trilogy. I don't think there's any more kind of content that's going to come out of this that's going to be worth covering in a video. The fine was embarrassingly terrible, but then also the fact that he embarrassed himself on Piers Morgan. That was funny. I had to do a video on it. But yeah, that's it. That was the Return of the King, Lord of the Rings.